Let's take a look at the learning curve of the frameworks. Angular has a steep learning curve considering it's a complete solution, and mastering Angular requires you to learn associated concepts like TypeScript and MVC. Even though it takes time to learn Angular, the investment pays dividends in terms of understanding how the front end works. All frameworks have the goal of making it easier for you as a developer to build reactive, complex user interfaces, but Angular gives you the full set of tools for that. It doesn't stop after DOM manipulation support. It adds the above-mentioned features to help you with any aspect you could require in apps you're working on. So here are the main concepts of Angular that are required to know in order to make you dangerous. TypeScript, modules, components, templates and views, component metadata, state, data binding, directive, services, pipes, dependency injection, view encapsulation, routing, forms, validation, zones. And React offers a getting started guide that should help one set up React in about an hour. The documentation is thorough and complete with solutions to common issues already presented on Stack Overflow. React is not a complete framework, and advanced features require the use of third-party libraries. This makes the learning curve for the core framework not so steep, but depends on the path you take with additional functionality. However, learning to use React does not necessarily mean that you're using the best practices. In React, main concepts are JSX, rendering elements, components, props, state, data binding. Next, updates. As you're working with your framework of choice, you would rather not need to stress over a framework update coming along and wrecking your code. However, much of the time, you won't experience many issues from one version to another. It's important to keep up with the library's version because some updates can be more significant and require tweaks to keep things compatible. The other significant reason is to track vulnerabilities and keep Node.js packages up to date. Angular plans updates every 6 months. There is also a period of another 6 months before any major APIs are deprecated, which gives you the time of 2 release cycles, 1 year, to make necessary changes. Angular updates from older versions take more effort. Check with Angular Update Guide for guided upgrade at update.angular.io. Facebook has stated that stability of React is of highest importance to them, as huge companies like Twitter and Airbnb use React. Upgrades to versions are generally the easiest in React, with scripts such as React Code Mode helping to migrate. For example, for removing unused React imports in React 17 project, use npx react-codemod update-react-imports. I think it's important to review the migration trends for the comparison, since it might be a vital part of deciding on the choice of framework. Let's say that your web apps are 80% React and 20% Angular. It makes sense to want to reduce the number of supported stacks and move everything to one single stack. Likewise, if your engineers overall have much more experience in React than in Angular, or if you have internal libraries that only work with React. The migration from Angular to React was quite popular since 2017. However, it's not always brought good return on investments or drastic improvements to the application. It's important to consider upgrading to newer version of Angular first, because Angular team implemented many reactive patterns, enhancements in latest versions. Nevertheless, switching from older AngularJS 1 version to React is easier than upgrading from AngularJS to a newer Angular version. React commonly solves issues with performance degradation, rendering slowdowns, troubles with interactivity, and race conditions in AngularJS application. Migration from AngularJS becoming more critical every day since long-term support was ended on December 31st, 2021. Here are some considerations that would help with Angular to React migration. Two popular refactoring approaches can be adopted. In general, software systems refactoring are the rewrite and strangler patterns. If you opt for rewrite, you will start with a brand new application and then copy existing application features using a new framework. It will work incredibly well, especially if you are yet to release the application. Without existing users, you will not be pressured to upgrade and maintain it. Advantages of rewrite: you have a clean architecture that fits the new framework. There is no need to build integration bridges between all the new code, so you enjoy high development speed with fewer hassles. Disadvantages of rewrite: when you want to offer your app users new features, you will have to write them in the old framework. This is difficult to do because you can't bring in new app features until it fully copies the existing functionality. Generally, it is a challenging approach because it's time-consuming, especially if you already have an app in development. Therefore, in working businesses, you will find it often that strangler patterns are used for refactoring. The strangler pattern, on the other hand, tackles the refactoring problem differently. It assumes that you replace old components with new ones, taking care of stitches between frameworks. Thus, you gradually remove old code and deliver new features using new framework. Advantages of the strangler pattern: developers can implement new features using new framework. And disadvantages of strangler pattern: developers are burdened with maintaining the interaction of new and old code. Developers have to align the new frame architecture with the old frame architecture, with the possibility to refactor the new framework code too. Overall, these two frameworks have many benefits. Before starting with the migration, it's important to evaluate current architecture and envision final architecture. So when you look at the top-level architecture of the Angular application, you will notice that it's generally an Angular router that assigns all routing events tasks to Angular components. If it's a medium-sized application, you'll probably have a large number of routes that use Angular features as handlers. Every page handler by the router is independent to a certain level from other pages. So in this case, the technique of rewriting every component that corresponds to the Angular router independently will be a good one. For gradual migration, general solution is required to migrate new React components to an existing Angular app without having to rewrite the whole application. In case of AngularJS, ngReact library can be utilized. The ngReact is an Angular module that allows React components to be used in AngularJS applications. Also, blending of Angular and React routing is required. The bottom-up migration phase starts from the outermost leaves of the component tree and then slowly but surely spreads React through the entire application. It allows to migrate first components that don't have a lot of dependencies and interactions with other components. And that way, it's just very easy to replace the bottom layer. It's a good way to start because we can replace some components and put them in production and see if our overall concept works in general. Then start building on that and porting larger components afterwards. Second phase is to take entire pages with components that are already ported partially and then just port the whole thing and then port the whole route with all the components and all the things linked to it. It also allows to compare side by side old pages with a new one. The packages a little bit bigger temporarily at this phase, but it's a good way to gradually migrate the application. In the third phase, at the end, when everything is ported, it's necessary to switch to routers, as of Angular router to React router, clean up application and all related functionality, then switch to pure React router and throw away Angular leftovers. And for migration from React to Angular, similar React Virtual DOM versus traditional DOM. DOM was originally established as a platform and language-neutral interface, allowing programs and scripts to dynamically, systematically access and update the content, structure, and style of a document. In a traditional DOM, the DOM tree will find every node interested in an event and update it. The result, a computationally heavy process that requires analyzing and updating an entire tree structure at every change state. However, a React Virtual DOM includes a general collection of modules designed to provide a declarative means of representing the DOM of your web application. Instead of updating the DOM at every instant the application state changes, a virtual tree is created. As a result, the virtual DOM will calculate how to make the DOM look like a new state without recreating all of the DOM nodes. That is why the virtual DOM represents several performance advantages, including the following. The process of updating the DOM and web page information is optimized and accelerated. JSX makes components and code blocks readable. Data binding in the virtual DOM allows for more dynamic web and mobile applications. Prompt rendering. Virtual DOMs minimize the number of operations and accelerate the process of updating single-page information in real time. Web developers that prize responsive and computationally inexpensive web applications. React wins by a landslide with its virtual DOM structure. Virtual DOMs enable more seamless user experiences, especially with one-directional data. Before deciding on which framework to use, it's wise to look at its popularity. The bigger an active community is, the quicker it gets to find a solution for any unexpected problem that comes in your way. According to the data I was able to gather at the time of compiling slides, different results arise in terms of how popular each framework is over time. On GitHub, while React's repository has 181k stars, Angular had nearly 138k stars. If we sum up both AngularJS and Angular 2 repositories. However, Angular 2 has only 79k stars. This shows that both have a very large community behind them, as they stay on the top of the most starred repositories.